Welcome back to Dash Explore. I'm Sarah, and today I'm going to be sharing the one thing that we do every single day when we travel. So this is something that we started, I think, during our second international trip with our girls back in November of 2024 when we were in London. And the reason that we keep doing it is because we've seen so many benefits for ourselves and for our kids, and I am so excited to share it with you today. And that one thing that we do every single day when we travel with our kids is to share our favorite moments of the day. But as you will see, this is something that is so much fun to do while we travel, but we've even started doing this at home as well because we all love it so much. So I'm going to set the scene for what these favorite moments of the day talks look like. This is something that we typically do every night over dinner, but sometimes we do it over gelato or Swiss chocolate or whatever dessert we're eating in the destination that we're at. And we all sit around and take turns sharing our favorite moments of the day. It's also important to note that there's also usually more than one favorite moment of the day because sometimes it's just so hard to choose. And then after each person is done sharing their favorite moment of the day, they pass it along to the next person. Now, like I've already said, this sounds so simple and so easy, but now I'm going to share with you all the benefits that we found for our kids and for ourselves. And this is something that you're probably going to want to start implementing with your family as well. Now, the first benefit is mostly for us as parents, especially while we travel, especially when we're on a big trip like somewhere in Europe that we've spent a lot of money and time and energy into making this trip great, is that it is just so special to hear what your kids really enjoyed throughout the day. Now, keep in mind that kids are kids, and sometimes it's going to be something really mundane that they could see anywhere. For example, Haley's favorite moments in several places has been seeing baby birds, which exist everywhere. But you know, if that's her favorite moment of the day, that's her favorite moment of the day. But then there are other times where they share these beautiful moments about spending time with their sister or doing something special with mom or dad throughout the day.
And what was your favorite memory in Florence?
Climbing up the Duomo.
Or just something where you're like, wow, we are out here, we are doing things, we are making memories, and they are really appreciating the things that we are doing. And now kind of on that same note is that the kids have to remember what they do throughout the day. And again, this might sound really silly, but if you have really young kids, this can be really difficult for them. We've noticed this specifically with Delaney, who is still only 2 years old, and she's been participating pretty much since London, which was right before her second birthday. And it can be really hard for her to remember the things that she's done. So sometimes we prompt her and we give her some ideas, but we've also noticed that she has a hard time differentiating before nap time and after nap time. She kind of thinks those are separate days. So I think it's a good skill for her to have to think through the things she's done every day. Even if it takes some prompting on our end, it's helping her learn that this is all in the same day, and all of these things can be shared during these favorite moments of the day talks. And we are not done there. There are even more benefits for your kids to participate in these favorite moments of the day talks. And a lot of these benefits are also going to be really great once they start going to school and being around friends. And the first one is turn taking. One person talks at a time, and they are allowed their time and their space to share their favorite moment of the day. And we're not allowed to interrupt. We have to give them time to think and share. There are a lot of ways to practice turn taking throughout the day, playing games, playing with toys, all of those kinds of things. But something like this where other people are talking is a really important skill for school. And doing this every day or at least periodically throughout the year is going to really set them up for success when they get to school. And on that same note, not only do you have to practice turn taking of who's going when, but you also have to practice listening. When you're not talking, you need to be listening to the other people around you and listening to make sure you're not interrupting them, hearing what their favorite moments of the day are. All of these skills are so important, especially when it comes to friendships, learning how to listen to other people. So we have found this has been such a great benefit for both of our girls. The favorite moments of the day talk doesn't last more than 5 or so minutes, so it's not like they have to be sitting and listening to parents talk for 20 or 30 minutes at a time. This helps to build up stamina of how to listen to other people in short little bursts, and as the conversations get longer, it's going to hold their attention span longer and they'll get better over time. So next, another great positive of this favorite moments of the day is it teaches them how to do public speaking. Obviously, they're not speaking to a crowd of 1,000 people sharing their favorite moments of the day on the trip, but they do have to practice talking and sharing their thoughts in front of other people, and that's something that can be really tricky for some kids. So giving them that opportunity to practice, to be the one that's in the spotlight, whether it's in front of 2 people or 4 people or 10 people, however many people on your trip, this is a really important skill for kids to learn, and this is an excellent safe space for them to practice. And one final skill that's really excellent for them to have as they are entering those school age years is to learn to be concise with the things they have to say. We are running into the issue where we get lost in our own thoughts and we aren't really focusing on what we're saying. Teaching kids to be concise with what they have to say, sharing their memories, and explaining why they're their favorite memories, but in a concise and condensed manner, is a really important skill to have. And again, we have found that this is just the perfect setting to teach those skills, and especially when you do it day after day, those skills will build and you will see that growth over a period of time. And finally, the last benefit of doing favorite moments of the day with your family is that you get uninterrupted time with your kids. It is so easy to be distracted by our phones, by TV, especially when we're traveling with all the things that are going on throughout the day. But to sit down and have this 5 to 10 minute conversation where we are focused on a specific subject, we are listening to each other, we are talking together as a family, that is so special and so important. And this has quickly become one of my favorite parts of traveling with my kids. And even throughout the day, we find ourselves saying, oh, this might be a favorite moment of the day. This might be a favorite moment of the day. It's something we're thinking about all the time. But then when we get to sit down and have the conversation and really reflect back on the day, is just so special. And it is so fun when you have other people on a trip with you, because then you get to share this activity and include other people in it. And it's just such a great activity for for young and old and whoever is in between when you are out and about on your travels. Plus, I think it is also so important to focus on the positives of your day. You might have had terrible weather on your trip, or you might have had a really bad day at school, but if you look for that one positive thing every day, it's just gonna create a good positive energy amongst everybody in your family, and especially within yourself. So we're hoping that we can continue doing this as our kids get older, and I hope that this is something that you will implement as well. So one last note before we wrap up this video is that these skills and these benefits are gonna take some time. You need to have a lot of patience as a parent. You need to model for them what good listening and good turn taking looks like, remind them of these behaviors, and just continue to have that patience, because if you continue to do it over time, you will see those benefits grow and it will just be so worthwhile for your family. So this is the one thing that we do every day while we travel. And as I've already mentioned, this is something that we've even transitioned to doing at home on occasions. And I feel like this is just setting us up for success as a family, to have those conversations, to be able to talk to each other about our days. And I'm hoping that this is something that we can continue even into the teenage years, because I think it just has so many benefits and is so good for kids to learn to share these kinds of things, especially since we are in the middle of the holiday season. This is the perfect time to start this activity. If you do a bunch of holiday activities in one day on the weekend, sit down at dinner and have everybody go around and share their favorite thing they did that day. These big special event kind of things are the perfect place to start this activity, and I hope that you and your family will start doing this now, because it is just so much fun. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope that you will share this video to inspire other parents to have these kinds of conversations with their kids, whether they are traveling or just at home. And if this is something that you plan to start with your family, please give this video a like, and feel free to share down in the comments below how it went with your kids, because we would love to hear other people sharing this experience and sharing these conversations together. If you enjoyed this video and you want to follow along for more family travel tips or family travel adventures, 2026 is coming and we have lots of fun adventures planned. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can get notified when we post new videos. And you can also follow us on social media. We have Facebook and Instagram @DashExplorer, and we hope that we will see you in the next one.